All right, guys, I am starting this broadcast now. Connor will be joining momentarily. Oh my God.
Hello there.
That's fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi.
This, this, this is the Star Wars story. This is about hope. This is about survival. This is about family. This is about redemption. I am so impressed with these first two episodes. Blown away completely. I can't wait for the fact that we're going to be talking about this show for the most of the next day's streams anyway, because it's magnificent. um I Okay, this is going to be spoilers are here. Do not watch this if you haven't watched the fucking show yet, dude. Holy hell. Okay. um I In my humble opinion, there was a handful of ways you could make this story about Obi-Wan leaving Tatooine to do anything work and make sense. And my own biases aside, the only way you make that story make sense is by doing one of the reasons they give in the show, and they give all of them. They sincerely give all of them. And again, it's just the theorizing we've been doing. They go there's another Jedi on Tatooine that turns the heat up too much. They go with he has to leave to protect Leia or Luke in some way. And by the end of the second episode, we have gotten into he's aware that Vader is alive and realizes he needs to take him off the board. They could have been so heavy-handed with the way that they have depicted Obi-Wan's grief and trauma, and they have hit it out of the park. It is not the hammy, like it's not the very hammy Vietnam flashback. Like it is perfectly understated, and How do I put it? I'm like overwhelmed by how much I love this. They very easily could have gone a direction with this that is over the top in a very indelicate, imprecise way that would lend itself towards fan servicey bullshit. It's not. Man, I'm at a loss for words. I am so sorry. I'm normally not this flustered by this kind of thing. There is nuance to where Obi-Wan is right now. And we had talked about this on the podcast leading up to this point. This feels like Obi-Wan Kenobi's this is Obi-Wan Kenobi's Last Jedi. Ange, 100%. Instead of being a flashback of this show, the reality of living with that trauma. You are so right. You are so right. There is so much more nuance here than just the YouTube edit we've all seen of like Obi-Wan has PTSD, where he goes, "What happened to my father?" and he just looks into the distance and it's just Anakin burning. There's so much more here, and it's so much more to do with the way that he holds himself accountable for everybody who died. Not just that what happened with Anakin fucked him up, that he holds himself accountable for the whole situation. That so impressed by the way they've been handling that. I Complaints very mild, very small. One, I wish we got more of Benny Safdie's Jedi. I wish we could have seen more of that Jedi character. they fulfilled what they needed to in the plot. I think you could have done more with them. I think you could have actually seen what was up with that Jedi. I think the cold open we get is going to be important. I'm putting my theory cap on right now. One of those younglings is Riva, however they said her name. What else? Other complaint. I don't like her stabbing the Grand Inquisitor. Obviously, we know he's alive for Rebels, and I'm going to finish this thought, and I'm going to bring Connor in. Obviously, we know he's alive in Rebels, and we've seen people in Star Wars sustain much more grievous injury than that. But I still think it's a lot to run him through and then just keep moving forward. Connor, hello.
Hi.
I said it, and I know you're going to agree with me. This is Obi-Wan Kenobi's Last Jedi.
Yeah.
I love the fact that, and we touched on this in that Versus episode that we dropped right before Celebration. You know, the trying to figure out, is the Force like a muscle that has begun to atrophy for him? And the answer is yes. The answer is yes. Seeing the amount of focus and concentration it took for him to be able to catch Leia mid plummet, when this is the same guy who was able to match the Chosen One, he's out of practice. And oh boy, is it a bad time for him to be out of practice. Very interesting to see. Much for stabbing the Grand Inquisitor. You know, that will she be? Will Vader come from on high and tell Quizzy, hey, she did what she had to do? Because
There's no way he's dead. There's no way.
Obviously, that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Like, he's not, you know, we all know he's not dead.
Yeah.
It's just going to be a matter of Vader, you know, going, hey, she did what she had to do. You
Dude,
would too.
Okay. I don't know about you, but I'm going to talk about two, like, sort of parallels. One which is on brand, the other which I think you could see. Fuck these first two episodes, man. Holy shit. The first one is like when he does the Force, when he uses the Force to soften Leia's blow. That kind of I don't know about you, but that reminded me a lot of when Cal uses Force slow to
Take
say
a shot.
Prof.
Yeah.
But in this case, like, Obi-Wan's kind of not discovered, except just by the Inquisitorius. And then, I don't know about you, but Obi-Wan's intro for most of the first episode reminded me of a much slower paced TFA Rey's intro.
I can kind of see that. I think that it's reminiscent of Rey. It's reminiscent of Cal. You know, I think it's. I really want to get in Obi-Wan's head so much, because clearly training Luke to be a Jedi is something he knows is going to have to happen eventually.
Yeah.
But he also does not consider himself one very much anymore. And this goes to something I've said about Obi-Wan when having conversations about The Last Jedi for years, is that Obi-Wan in A New Hope refers to himself as a Jedi in the past tense.
Yeah. Sorry.
What's a Jedi like? The same as your father. You know, like, there is so much to unpack here. This was such a good, like, first two episodes, sure, but like just treating them like one big one, since that's how we got it. I am so impressed. Again, I'm curious to where the decision to stab the Inquisitor goes. I think it'll be a very interesting narrative choice. I went through the woods. I was at Rey's training sequence in Trust too. That's very true. I like that. I It's like poetry, it rhymes. I like that comparison a lot. I love Leia. I love Leia. There were the rumors that we've been floating around for a while. I wasn't 100% sold in either direction. And let me tell you, when we got that first establishing shot of Alderaan, I was watching it in this very studio. I was equipped with my flaming hot Cool Ranch Doritos and a tall glass of buttermilk. And when I saw that establishing shot of Alderaan, I made a Scotty J. Rowe sound. That is the only way I can describe the noise I made.
Also, dude, yeah, seeing Alderaan in live action, so weird to me because like we've never really seen it before outside of that one shot in Revenge of the Sith. So like seeing a fully formed Alderaan, I was like, what is this? This is so weird to see. But like also,
I forgot how spicy these pickles were. Keep talking. I'm gonna be right back.
There was that. Oh, what was the one line? Oh, then I guess when she's talking to her cousin, there's that one line where he's like, oh, you shouldn't talk to lower life forms. You don't need manners when talking to lower life forms or whatever it was. And then she goes, then I guess I don't need manners when I'm talking to you. And I'm just like, bro, Leia at 10 years old is fucking brutal. Dude, Deborah Chow can just fuck me up any day of the week, and I'm cool with it. Just, Deborah, if you're watching, which I know you're not, that is a complete I accept whatever you have in store. I'm just dude, these first 2 episodes, this is nuts. I need it to be next Wednesday.
I burned my shit out, bro. Fuck.
Oh jeez. We got the big water jug.
We do. That
dude, I love. I think, what was it? I just loved all the Leia stuff. Again, the thing about, I remember there was that one leak where it was like, yeah, Leia's going to be the thing that just sort of gets him back on his hero's journey once he refuses the call to adventure. And I'm like, ooh, that's interesting. Because like we'd all thought it would be Luke. And the other really interesting part is, okay, none of the Inquisitorius, except for maybe technically Reva, don't even know he's on Tatooine. Like, that's the thing that I did not see coming. Like, they got this close to him and to Luke's doorstep, and they just didn't know.
I don't think Reva's certain he's on Tatooine either.
Yeah, which really intrigues me for how.
I'm very intrigued by the fact that she knows that he's Anakin.
Dude, that. I was literally just talking to Ange. And she said, also, Reva knowing that Vader is Anakin is super interesting since Vader has a tendency to kill people who discuss Anakin. And so I'm like, what does he see in her that that prevents that?
I want to know what from the gutter means as well. If Reva is not...
Yeah, I kept thinking that was like literal, but like maybe it's metaphorical.
If Reva is not one of the younglings at the beginning, I think...
That's what I'm thinking.
I'm thinking she may have been, like, in a weird way, a la Galen Merrick, saved by Vader. And Vader sees himself in her.
Ooh, baby, that's good.
And let me just say, if the new canon version of Galen Merrick is a black woman, A, that's based as fuck. B, it's gonna piss off all the right people, and I can't wait.
Also,
I
like,
can wait, but you know
just
what I mean.
I love Riva as a character so much. Remember all that stuff I said about like, well, what if she was like the second sister? Nope, gone. Literally within her first interaction on Tatooine, I was like, nope, completely unique. I love this woman. Like Moses Ingram just brings it. She brings that just impulsive recklessness. There she is. To the character that's also like really terrifying. She's impulsive, but she's like there's still a sort of sharpness to her.
But if you remember, the Inquisitors in Fallen Order all mention trying to court favor with Vader and the Emperor.
Oh yeah, I know.
So like,
But mainly,
I like seeing that through line.
Yeah,
with all of them. I love.
I mean,
Owen.
specifically for Trilla, it was the Emperor, and in this case for Riva, it's Vader. So at least that's what I'm assuming. Dude, can we just talk about the like how Obi-Wan finds out? Because I did not expect that in the end of the second episode. I don't know why. I thought it would be like the third episode that he would find out.
No, honestly,
like, dude, I lost it.
I did too. I mean, I thought it was a cool way they did it. I really like. We talked about this when we did the Vanity Fair thing, when Deborah Chow said we were going to see Obi-Wan find out about Anakin.
Yep.
And I said, I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like 10 years is a little late in the game. But they might be able to do it in a way that I like it. And they crushed it. And it leaves us with so many questions. Like, again, how many of the Inquisitors know his secret?
I would imagine not.
Is that something he only trusts Inquisitors with?
Yeah.
Like, is it just the Inquisitors, Palpatine, Tarkin, Thrawn? Who all knows? Who all's allowed to know? Did he tell her? Like, is she personally tasked with finding Obi-Wan? There's so much I need to know the answer to right now, man.
Yeah, same.
And I'm so excited that we're so close to getting our third episode.
I know, dude. That. Oh my god!
The action is framed so well. This is so good, man. I'm like,
dude,
I
it's
said,
so
I'm
well
stunned,
paced.
I'm stunned, speechless. It's incredibly well paced. My god.
I still can't believe. I still love the line, where Obi-Wan is like, "Oh yeah, you know, I have to protect the son," and then Bail goes, "What about your duty to his sister?" And I'm like, "Ooh, that must hurt."
It really does. You can see that Obi-Wan is so fractured by what happened at the end of Revenge of the Sith. And by the end of Revenge of the Sith, I mean
like this man was
I mean everything he witnesses in Sith. He is so, it's like Luke. It's the same mentality. Luke, it's the same place Luke is in in The Last Jedi, where he has completely and entirely thrown himself into I'm better off as a piece removed from the board. And this is so good. Ewan McGregor is acting his ass off. Moses Ingram is incredible. Also,
Kumal.
Fuck everything about how bad the Grand Inquisitor looked. Those shots where you're looking him head on and he just looks like a fucking like really horrifying vampire with his eyes all sunken and yellow and his
dude
fangs.
The eyes was
Yeah, no one's heard of Vader at that point either. I mean, it depends on like who's telling the story, you know, like the Rebel Alliance, to a certain extent, knows about Vader. I guess in this version, they're keeping his existence closer to more of a closely hidden secret, period. Because I know in Legends, like, the existence of Darth Vader was hardly a secret. He was just this guy who helped show up and wipe out the Jedi.
Also,
this
like,
was incredible.
oh, dude, it's setting up so much while also just being like, feeling like just such a simple story. Because, like, he's trying to commune with Qui-Gon.
Yeah. Well, and that's another thing that we've all talked about is like, is that going to be the, as Alden put it, the, ba-ding, achievement unlocked moment, right? That he's gonna make peace with himself in the Force and accept that everything that comes with his new job, and that'll be the moment he communes with Qui-Gon. Maybe Liam Neeson isn't a liar when he said he wasn't.
No, he's definitely in this show.
Now
He's
he may
definitely
be in the show, but he may not be in the show. You could very easily you could very easily.
Okay.
You could.
No, I see what you're saying.
Very easily leave this up to interpret. They're not even interpretation, but like, less is more. And if the show simply ends with Obi-Wan meditating and all you hear is Qui-Gon's voice go, Obi-Wan, that's all you need. And you can just rip that from Phantom Menace. You can lift a clip of him saying his name from Phantom Menace. Liam Neeson doesn't necessarily have to be a liar for them to use his voice. Comment here. Obi-Wan's saying, go find someone else, still hurts. That's why I love Last Jedi, how Luke gave up. Comes back. I'm sorry, I can't read from this far away. Obi-Wan saying, go find someone else, shit hurts. That's why I love The Last Jedi, how Luke gave up but comes back. I don't know why dude bros hate that so much. Well, it's because they want action figures. They don't want relatable. They don't want heroes. They don't want real people. They want every Jedi to do fucking Dragon Ball Z bullshit. And
hearing Obi-Wan say that with just like the absolute contempt in his voice was like, wow.
I wouldn't even say contempt. I think it's shame.
Shame.
I think it's shame. I think Obi-Wan is so wrought with. He thinks he killed Anakin, and it's his fault he had to kill Anakin, and it's his fault that Anakin went fucking crazy that he had to kill him, and it's his fault for all the people Anakin killed because of the second one. Like, it's just this domino effect. He's living with the weight of the galaxy on his shoulders, and now he's living in squalor. He went out into the middle of the Dune Sea and buried the lightsabers. Like that in and of itself is so heavy.
Yeah.
Like that is heavy. And it feels I love the hero coming back for one last ride. It is just a type of story and cliche that I love. It's my fucking jam. And seeing that done the way they're doing it here is brilliant. It is so well paced. It's for a show that has the magic of Obi-Wan Kenobi as a show. And the thing that was always going to make or break this show, in my opinion, is where the story ends up. You can freestyle your ass off as to how you get there. And I love the way that he is Deborah Chow, Obi-Wan as a character. I love the freestyling that's happening a lot. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm not gonna say that I'm disappointed in the sense that like, oh, thing bad because like no lightsaber go burr. But I really thought we were about to see
Oh, same. Big same.
just how in shape he was as a lightsaber duelist. And y'all know that's what I've been waiting for. I think, Spencer, in my prediction that he's going to get sunned when he fights Vader is about to become very true.
Oh, yeah, no, he's going to get absolutely walloped.
I think Obi-Wan is going to be dog-walked when the time comes to face Vader, and I think it is going to be symbolic of so much. And I think we are going to realize why Duel of the Fates is like the unofficial theme song in all of the marketing for this show. I
don't know about you, but when Obi-Wan said, "You remind me of someone," to Leia, my mind automatically went to Satine, even though I know he's probably talking about Padme.
I think there's a little bit of both in there. But yeah, no, I think this is remarkably good, so well paced. I cannot wait to learn so much more about Reva.
I can't wait to rewatch these.
He's back. The Dark Lord has returned. And that smash cut too,
dude,
and the way that they just let the linger in the credits.
That was the cherry on top.
We got one more comment here, but I'm going to bring this home because it's 10 after 2 in the morning, and I've been doing this for 12 hours now. When Obi-Wan hears the voice of the clone trooper and then sees him, there's so much. That too. Oh that my cool. God! And if Tem's in one episode, Tem's in more. I'm sold on that. But yeah,
I did not expect that. That was cool.
There's so much more to unpack with this, and we will be tomorrow. I'm going to be live again tomorrow. We are going to be live again around like 1:32ish. We'll probably be calling it quits around 7 Eastern time. I'll be falling back. I'm going to be watching this again with Spencer and Joel, and then we're going to do another review as well as the recap of the day. So see you all then. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. I thought the trooper was going to recognize him for a second too. I thought he was going to recognize the trooper. Honestly, I thought it was going to be the other way around. But yeah, guys, thank you all so much for watching and listening. And we'll be back tomorrow to talk about this some more.
Yep.
May the Force be with you all.
Stop! Move away from the cookie jar.